And that's what he wants to highlight here.
Thank you.
היה כאן עוד מישהו. לא? נו, הכל כבר.
רציתי לשאול,
I wanted to ask,
מה התפקיד בדיוק של הירידה?
what exactly is the role of the descent? Why are there descents?
זה להכין לנו מקום לעלייה.
The place of descent is to prepare for us a place for ascent.
But what does it work upon?
זה עובד על הרגשת האדם כלפי הבורא.
It works on the feeling of a person toward the Creator, where a person feels that he's more remote.
היא מייצרת ניתוק.
But if a descent creates a disconnect, and how can that thing, disconnection from the Creator, how does that build for us the continuation?
Because it awakens us to come closer.
But it doesn't awaken you to connection. It does the contrary. There's a descent.
On the one hand. On the other hand, it shows you your place. And the person disagrees with it.
כך הוא מתקדם.
And that's how he advances.
אז איך אדם נמשך קדימה?
So how is a person drawn forward from the descents?
בין הירידות ישנם העליות.
In between the descents, there are ascents.
העליות הן בידיים שלו, כאילו יש
But
פה
the ascents are in his hands, meaning is there something that's in the hands of a person, or is it simply some kind of journey?
משתדל.
No, a person tries nevertheless. From his trials, from his efforts,
עושה לו את העליות.
the Creator makes his ascents.
וכך בין הירידות והעליות, ירידות והעליות,
And between the ascents and descents,
מתקרב לבורא.
he nevertheless approaches the Creator.
He simply writes that the descents come to announce a person his greatness.
Yes.
So why is it through the descents you're learning about his greatness? You're being disconnected. So how from disconnect are you learning about greatness?
When you're disconnected, you feel how much you have nothing. And when the Creator opens for you the ability to see Him, to come closer to Him, then you appreciate Him more.
Thank you. There's this feeling like this whole move is in order to bring the whole holy society to one descent in which includes everyone at once, so that there will be a necessity. As long as each is in a separated descent, it's like we're moving back and forth, but that's what's needed of us for this necessity. Is that what's expected of us? So that we will reach a common prayer?
In order for us to feel that we have a common action, both in the descent and in the ascent, and then we'll feel more that we can work more intensely, more powerfully in the ascents.
Why I'm asking because we read and the friends asked, all the states of descent where we really felt the descent, it was after a convention, meaning we would enter a certain state of ascent, all of us, because we were partners in it and we were together. And then suddenly we feel that there's no forces, and we needed this drive, and what would help was you in the lessons after the convention would explain what a descent is, what an ascent is. And now it's like, again, we're entering some campaign that preparations, and they're bringing the common denominator again, but we need to be ready because we have to truly be as a vessel, a kli, where we're giving these thoughts, and we have to. So I want to ask how we, after the ascent, need to be kind of ready for the state of the descent, as we know that it's for the benefit of the ascent, for even more advanced states, and not hold back.
Yes, but that's in the condition that we're connected. The profit from the descent is revealed during the ascent thanks to our efforts. Then we are rising much higher than the depth of the descent.
Do we need to expect these states?
Yes? Not that we are waiting for the descents, but when we come, we'll know how to deal with them.
And what its role is.
Yes.
אני רוצה להמשיך רגע את השאלה של שרון, שהוא אומר,
I want to continue Sharon's question. He says it's hard to depict the state of a time of descent. Could it be that he means that half an hour a day where a person actually tries to depict that state in order to add exaltedness?
שהוא לא מחכה שתהיה ירידה חלילה.
That he's not waiting for a descent, God forbid, but he's on purpose. He's seeking the critique that he has during a descent, maybe in order to add?
אנחנו גם כן יכולים כך לעבוד, אבל יותר קל...
Well, we can work like that as well, but it's easier for us to work regularly.
משתמשים בזמן העלייה, בזמן הירידה.
That we use the time of ascent, the time of descent, alternately, intermittently, as he explains it.
תודה. מה נשאר באדם בזמן הירידה כשהוא מרגיש...
What remains in a person during a time of descent, when he's far, he's distant, doesn't remember the taste of the Creator? What attracts him and even doesn't let him be thrown altogether from the path?
He's got the thread of connection left with the root of his soul, and the society, the friends that hold him, the environment, his habits of lessons and so on and so forth, the entire corporeal state. If a person establishes it correctly, according to the times and hours, everything works toward his advancement.
I mean, specifically, the corporeal framework that we build helps us and supports us during the time of descent.
Because spirituality seemingly disappears, of course.
רב, יש אולי איזשהו מצב,
there may be some state,
חבר אמר קודם,
like the friend said earlier, like we have some recipe that we're entering a convention and we're kind of expecting a descent. Maybe because the whole state that we're going through right now. Is it possible that after the convention there will be an ascent? To aim for that, to prepare for that, because he talks here in the article about preparing. So maybe if we prepare for a very big ascent, also here and also amongst the people of Israel, then we'll do something different.
I don't know what's going on in the nation of Israel. We're not that connected that we can influence them directly, overtly, but the way we work through the vessels of bestowal, with that we can influence them. So let's hope that as a result of the Congress there will be an ascent in the people, the nation.
In the last paragraph, it's written, after a person does the scrutiny of his, it's written, like you said to Sonia, that there's salvation above the natural way. What is the meaning?
Salvation above nature. It's when a person receives an ascent, although it doesn't quite deserve it according to the laws of nature.
But do we need to know this? Do we need to kind of like live in that feeling that, yes, we can receive?
Yes, we ask, we receive forces for an ascent that we would not know them otherwise, but we invited them.
Mostly through prayer, of course.
בסדר. טוב. אם כן, בבקשה. לא אתה. אני מבקש. לא לקפוץ.
No, not you. I ask. Please don't jump.
תודה רב. אני לא באמת מבינה מה זה עלייה ומה זה ירידה.
I don't really understand what ascent is and what descent is, because many times we connect our mood to the ascents and descents. If I feel bad, if I'm sad, it's difficult for me, so I think that I'm in a descent. But sometimes, especially in these states, a person's all the time connected to the Creator, constantly seeking Him and searching for Him.
So that's called an ascent.
When a person feels good, he's in a good mood and he's got energies, and he's not quite looking for the Creator now. But he is on the path and he's doing his actions. Is that a descent?
I can't say. Ascent or descent is something we measure only relative to the Creator. And the connection between us, and from between us to the Creator.
So
we need to disconnect it completely from our mood?
Maybe yes, maybe no, but why? If you're looking for that state and if you're expecting it, then you should be in joy.
But the heart isn't really in joy when the Creator breaks him. He's not in happiness.
I know, breaks it, I don't know what you mean, but in the current state, you feel that you're connected with friends, and together with them you are rising in your feeling, in your attainment, in your happiness. So that's called an ascent.
When I feel the friends like you describe it, then I'm also joyous naturally. I feel them.
It's not friends that you're going to go dancing with.
No, not to dance. Let's say we're together, praying together, and the heart is uplifted with them. I feel the power, the devotion, their desire, and it uplifts me. And my heart is wonderful. It's happy. It doesn't need to be to convince it to be happy. It doesn't even matter what state I came in. The friends simply inverted me and flipped me. But on a regular day-to-day, let's say I'm praying and looking for the Creator, and I am doing the actions, but there's no joy in the heart. So is that a descent or an ascent? Or do I need to find the reason for the joy each time with my mind and with power, with force?
When you connect with the friends and you speak of the purpose of creation, does your heart fill with joy?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I don't know if it's joy, but sometimes